Hello everyone, get ready to dive headfirst into everything happening with Update 5, because there is a massive amount to unpack, ranging from significant character reworks to some incredibly interesting new additions that will shake up the meta, and we are even going to take a peek ahead at the artifacts coming in version 6.3. If you are a fan of optimizing character builds, discovering new team synergies, or just love keeping up with the evolution of the game, you are going to want to stick around for this one. But before we break down the mechanics, looking for the best way to recharge in Genshin Impact? Loot Bar is the smarter choice. It works exactly like the in-game top-up, but it's way more affordable. New users get 10% off with the link in the pinned comment, and lucky users can receive an additional 5% discount coupon. Loot Bar also has special deals on crystal packs, including the 6480 bundle, and even an all-in-one package with everything you need. See this? The regular $100 pack only costs $80 on Loot Bar. The process is simple and secure. You don't need your password or login. Just enter your UID, pick your server, choose your pack, and your crystals are delivered in seconds. Players around the world trust Loot Bar because it's fast, safe, and affordable. So don't waste your money. Click the link in the description or pinned comment and start saving on your top-ups today. Loot Bar, safe, fast, and way more affordable. Now for a quick reminder about the giveaways. Both of the 6480 Genesis Crystals giveaways are still active and will stay open until November 30th. I'll be announcing the winners on December 1st. As always, these are part of the monthly giveaways we do here on the channel, so if you haven't joined yet, make sure you do. All you need to do is be subscribed, watch all the videos, and comment your UID and region. 2 winners will be picked soon, so don't miss your chance. Now let's get into the meat of Update 5, starting with the major character adjustments. First up is Klee, and her C2 change is honestly looking like a game changer. In the past, her defense shred was triggered specifically by dealing damage, but the rework changes the condition to simply hitting the enemy. This might sound subtle, but it means the effect now works on a wider variety of enemies and is far more reliable against those annoying shielded units. You no longer have to wait for a specific damage condition to apply. It is now just about making contact, which makes Klee significantly more flexible in different team compositions. Speaking of upgrades, Jehoda is seeing some love with a boost to her C6. If you know how her purloined treasure flask works, it is all about charging it up for bonuses. But now, a fully charged flask grants nearby Moonsign characters a solid boost to both their crit rate and crit DMG for 20 seconds. It essentially transforms Jehoda into a much more potent support for those specific Moonsign teammates, making her role as a buffer feel substantially more rewarding if you are already running those synergies. Moving on to Venti, the changes here might not jump out at you immediately, but once you see them in rotation, the potential is huge. Venti's new Hexerai affiliation brings him right into the fold of the team synergies we are seeing dominate this version. When you have at least 2 Hexerai characters in your party, Venti's Elemental Burst, Wind's Grand Ode, receives a special buff window. Specifically for 4 seconds after any nearby character triggers a swirl reaction, your Hexerai characters receive a massive 50% DMG bonus. On top of that, Venti's Stormy Eye will deal 135% of its original DMG. This effectively pushes him into a hybrid support DPS role, allowing him to really shine in teams that prioritize swirl as a key reaction. It is a nice targeted buff that improves his general utility while giving him some much-needed synergy with specific allies. Albedo is also getting some attention with his P4 change, where his Hexerai affinity brings some fresh mechanics to the table. Now, when he hits an enemy with his elemental skill, he generates silver isotoas that apply effects like DMG buffs for Hexerai characters. Furthermore, his solar isotoas now buff everyone based on his defense stat, which is fantastic for both his personal damage output and team-wide utility. If you have been using Albedo, this gives you even more reason to build him around that defense stat to maximize those sweet damage boosts. If you are enjoying this breakdown of the patch notes and want to stay ahead of the curve, make sure you are subscribed, because we have a lot more to cover. Let's talk about Durin, whose Update 5 changes are a bit of a mixed bag. We are seeing major shifts in his elemental skill, which now goes through an essential transmutation process, changing into confirmation of purity and denial of darkness. This alters his attack patterns and, crucially, opens up elemental energy restoration during combat. The fact that Duran restores energy upon entering either of these states every 6 seconds adds tremendous value for team energy management. He is shaping up to be a solid addition for any team needing a pyro applier, but I have to mention that we are still stuck with him gliding rather than flying, which definitely feels like a missed opportunity for his traversal mechanics. Still, he is a solid choice, especially if you pair him with Mona or Klee. Speaking of Mona, she has undergone a few tweaks as well. Her P4 change means her vaporize potential has been slightly nerfed due to adjustments in stacked damage. The vaporize bonus is now 5% per stack instead of the previous 10%. While this slightly reduces her raw damage ceiling, her C2 and C6 changes help balance things out. C2 now removes old cooldown limits for faster charged attacks, and her C6 allows her to hit up to 180% bonus damage on charged attacks against enemies affected by Omen. Overall, Update 5 feels like an update focused on fine-tuning and polishing existing mechanics rather than breaking the game. Klee is more reliable against shields, while Venti and Albedo are finding their footing with the Hexerai synergy. But looking ahead, we have to touch on version 6.3, which promises to bring 2 new artifact sets designed for Colombina, one of the upcoming Hexerai characters. One set is tailored specifically for her, while the other focuses on the Hexerai mechanic itself. These sets will be essential for enhancing the synergy between characters like Mona and Duran, boosting elemental DMG and off-field support abilities. It is exciting to see the game encouraging these diverse team compositions, and I am sure we will see even more interactions tied to this theme soon. That wraps up the big news for Update 5 and our preview of 6.3. I'd love to hear from you. Let me know in the comments if you think these changes are going to shake up the meta or which character you are most excited to build. Happy gaming, and remember to save that 25% on banners at lootbar.gg using your UID and server.